Yeah.
Yeah. How about now, folks? Can you hear us? Anything, Bueller?
There we go. I can hear
cool.
it now.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, I can see the sound bumping. Yeah. So
all right, there we go. Cool.
Now that Zoom is back.
Now that Zoom is back, we can retell all our jokes.
Yeah. Like, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
That's right.
Welcome to GitOps Guide to the Galaxy. Sorry about that. Like, Christian was away. He came back. We were a few seconds behind, and like everything glitched for me for a second.
Yeah.
And then we just jumped in, and it didn't look like Zoom stuck with us there. So apologies for that. So Christian Hernandez is here. I'm Chris Short, the host with the most. Christian Hernandez, the GitOps Guide to the Galaxy captain here.
There we go. I'll be your captain on this journey.
Yeah,
right? As we were saying. So yeah, I'm doing. Yeah, so in case you guys didn't hear, Chris asked how I was doing. Doing well. Excited about a few things, right? So excited about KubeCon coming up, right?
Yes.
So I'll be there in person, and if you can't make it in person,
you live there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be. It's still quite a drive. People don't understand how large Los Angeles is.
The country gets bigger the further west you go.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Because I was talking to someone about like, oh yeah, like my daughter went to New York, for the afternoon, and I was like, wait a minute, we're in Boston. And he was like, well, yeah, technically you can take a train. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, here in LA, you can drive for 2 hours and still be in LA. So it's, I'm a local.
Yikes.
But the drive to downtown is going to be a big drive for me. But I'm still excited. I'll be there. It's a hybrid event. So excited about that. Excited about the GitOps Con.
Yeah.
Right. Where I should probably start sharing my screen here, because I do have. I'm trying to do the Sully thing of topical stuff.
Share what you talk about. What's your CPU up to? You got something running in the background there?
I might. Let's see here. I think it might be.
Is it probably Zoom?
It's probably Zoom. It might be also Chrome, because you know how Chrome likes to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe that'll be better. Here, let's check it out. See here.
Oh, no,
CPU is Xorg. So.
Well, that's probably Zoom. Yeah.
It's probably Zoom doing things here, but. Yeah. So here, I'm also excited about GitOps Con. I mentioned it last stream. Here, it is a day zero event, right? So October 12th, which is I think a Tuesday. There's 2 day zero events, which is crazy. I think.
I think they're calling it like pre-event activities or something like that, because it's not day zero anymore, because there's 2 day zeros basically.
There's 2 day zeros. Yeah, it's zero and double zero.
Yeah.
And so this is October 12th, which is Tuesday. You have plenty of time to register. If you can't make it live, it's a hybrid event, so you can do it virtually. And just a kind of a quick shout out for me, I have a keynote talk. So if you want to see me in person, I'll be talking about some cool stuff. I'm talking about actually pipeline as code, right? Which is something we kind of touched a little bit about Tecton, maybe in a future episode. After I do the, after KubeCon, I'll touch on it. But if you want to get a sneak peek of pipeline as code and how it interacts, how in GitOps, right? How it'll, fits in the GitOps methodology.
Right.
Tune in, right? Either virtually or if you're there, feel free to say hi. So I'll be there.
I should be there unless something happens, right?
Yeah, Chris should be there, right? We should.
Well, actually, I am somehow doing 3 day zero things on the same day, so this should be interesting for me.
That's a lot of running, because I have other stuff to do on day zero events, and I'm like, it's like that's good. I'm gonna have to wear my jogging shoes to run all over the convention center.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I could probably bring. It'll probably be chillier-ish, maybe in San Diego or Los Angeles. Sorry, I don't know.
It's been warm, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's been kind of warm as of late. So, but in October it should be a little cooler, but still warm for those.
Literally in a month. That's when I'm flying out. Yeah.
So there we go. So GitOps Con, make it if you can. I'll be there in person. So if you can't be there virtually, still open. Another thing I kind of wanted to bring up, there's kind of this cool tool. Actually, I think you sent this to me, Chris.
No, this is definitely one I recommended to you.
This is and this is like, so for those of you who don't know, we're actually Chris and I are actually in the same team, technically, right? They did some reorg, but like we ended up on the same team anyway, under different managers. But we're in constant communication, and Chris is always sending me things. And even though I don't respond, Chris, I do take a look at them. And
I know
this
you do.
one,
this is how I know you do.
yeah. This one I really, really like, right? So this is Octopilot from Dailymotion, right? So a lot of cool stuff coming out from companies that are actually doing something like Intuit, right? Like Intuit obviously has Argo CD. And Dailymotion has something called Octopilot, right? And so Octopilot is helps you in your GitOps workflow. So by managing your pull requests, right?
Which
so
sounds a little crazy at first, but
yeah. So it's essentially.
But when you read about it, you're like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, this makes sense, and it actually offers a great. It's a great use case. It solves a very great use case. So essentially, what this does is it manages your PRs and your all of your Git workflows, approvals, all of that via a via CLI or an API, right? In most cases, right? And it aims to be like a Swiss Army knife, right, to propagate changes. So the idea being, this example here, right? You pass a token, obviously, and the repo information, but you said, hey, updates this YAML with this information, right? You can use YQ as well. We're saying, basically regex, saying, hey, take this stuff, update it, like so. And for the workflow, I'm trying to think of it like a great use case is like image updates. Right? Like you're doing
those need to happen behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. So like you're updating, you do an update, your CI happens, cool, you have a new image build. Okay, well, like how do you propagate that out? That Argo, because essentially Argo acts on a repo. Well, then you need to make a PR and manage that. And how do you do that automatically? There is Octopilot that has that, right? And it has being able to essentially manage your Git workflows, in a GitOps friendly way. So I think this is really cool.
This is one of the neat ones that I was like, oh, I got to send this to Christian.
Yeah. This is great. It could actually support for manipulating encrypted files as well, which I thought was really, really cool. I'm like, hey, this is really, really cool. So kudos to the guys at Dailymotion, who one came up with this, and two who open sourced this. Is great, a great tool. So I'm pretty sure you dropped it in the chat already, but this is like the thing. When you're something that can help you when you're automating some of this stuff, right? Some of the things like, okay, well, Argo CD acts on a particular branch or a particular Git repo. What happens until then, right? Because that's the tail end, right? That's the easy part, right? Argo CD is just applying those manifests. Well, how do I get to there? And this is a tool that can help you to do that as well. Which is pretty, it's pretty cool, because I actually see this here, the YQ tool. They actually just like pull in the actual YQ source code, right? So like it
and YQ is to YAML as JQ is to JSON, if you're not familiar.
Which I liked your post that you do it on Twitter. You're like,
JSON isn't human readable. You like
JSON
that?
Is not human readable. I'm like, thank you. Someone said it.
Someone responded back with that tweet. It's like, how could you say something so bold yet so accurate?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Like which is like I'm a YQ guy, right? I've always been, but JSON isn't meant to be made human readable, but and it's not. It's definitely not, right?
But some people, it's amazing how many people were like, well, I can read it. It was also amazing how many people were like, well, compared to like 20-year-old thing, it's way better. I'm like, yes, something can be better and still be not great,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, riding a bike is better than walking. It'll get you there faster, but it's not not a speed train, right? For example, right?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
so
Braided Silver just said I could read XML. It doesn't make it human readable.
oh yeah, exactly. I can read XML. It doesn't make it great. So Octopilot, great stuff. So I like some of these things that you sent me, Chris. So keep sending them. I
will do.
I have a backlog. So I just got to Octopilot. So there we go. So
there you have it. All right.
Cool. So today's topic, right? So today's topic, talking about OpenShift GitOps version 1.2, right? So 1.2 actually released, I want to say like a month ago or a couple months ago, no, maybe even more, like 8 weeks ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Released, right? And I kind of want to go over some of the things,
Sure.
the updates we made that this may seem a little late because 1.3 is actually on the horizon, but like. But as you know, Chris, we had guests, we had other topics to cover. We only have an hour, so it's but we're finally here. So I kind of want to go over some of the things that we came up with OpenShift 1.2. OpenShift 1.2 came out with Argo version 2.0, right? So that was like a major thing that we had there, like a major release of Argo. And so I want to go over here.
We're gonna break the Zoom window with what I'm doing right now, but I'm trying to make it more readable for y'all.
Yeah, let's try to make it. And I'll make this a little bigger too. And I'll actually, how do I
Command or Control ++ depending upon the device.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll send you the chat. So I'm actually gonna go over the release notes, right? Because the release notes is the best way
so they say
for this information, right? So support matrix, right? For 1.2, obviously Argo CD is GA. We're still tech preview with some of the stuff like application set. Stuff like CAM is still in tech preview. And the GitOps service, which is like the service that manages CAM, right? Because CAM is the CLI, but the actual service that manages CAM. It's still in tech preview. We haven't talked about CAM much. We touched on it a little bit because like there's a lot of stuff still in the air with CAM. Maybe I'll invite Bose to come on and demo CAM a little bit more. Go a little deeper. So it's tech preview, right? So meaning that it's not 100% supported, right? It's the best effort sort of thing. Not fully baked.
Yeah.
Works, not fully baked. I use application set. That should be, I don't know when that'll be GA, but that's, the ACM guys are using application sets in production. So, some of the new features, right? So one of the things that happens when you install the operator, the OpenShift GitOps operator, is that it deploys a default Argo CD instance. So like when you install the operator, like you get like an opinionated deployment of Argo CD. So if you do not want that, you can actually set this environment variable in your subscription and it'll disable that. So essentially it'll just add the CRDs, but it just won't deploy a Argo CD instance. And so you've set that value to true. It'll prevent that OpenShift GitOps namespace to be deployed. Little caveat with that though is if you install an Argo CD instance in an OpenShift GitOps namespace, it causes a little weirdness.
I would kind of expect that.
Yeah. So like if you're gonna disable the default Argo CD instance, do not name your namespace OpenShift GitOps. So, but everything else is cool, right? So, then you can then deploy your own instance, right, of Argo CD in your own way. So, another good cool feature here is the requests and limits are now configured for Argo CD workloads, meaning that before there was no limits or quotas. It for the actual installation of OpenShift GitOps, right? So like it was able to consume
the entire cluster resources if possible.
Yeah, if it wanted to, right? Yeah. So we
figured it out and capped it.
Yeah, we capped it, right? So like all the components of OpenShift GitOps now has limits onto it. And the actual namespace, OpenShift GitOps namespace, has a resource quota set to it. This caused a little bit of unforeseen consequences. There was a lot of people who actually were deploying stuff inside of OpenShift GitOps namespace, which we never intended, right? But we never actually told people not to do it. But like we assume people wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because we kind of have that running, well, with it, at least you and I do, that running thing of if it starts with the OpenShift dash, don't mess with it. Like, don't mess with it.
There. Yeah. Don't put stuff. Yeah. So that's a really good rule of thumb. I think probably Sully says that a lot. Is that if it starts with OpenShift, the namespace starts with OpenShift, don't put anything in it. So don't put anything in it. That's just, stuff like this happens, right? So so then that's set, right? It actually also, this caused the issues when you're upgrading from version 1.1 to 1.2, which is another section, which I'll go over in a little bit. So, and then Argo CD authentication is now automated with Red Hat SSO. We did this the other stream, right? Last time stream, a couple weeks ago. Before it was a manual process, but now you just put this spec SSO provider equals keycloak, and then it automatically sets everything up for you. So that's really cool. So then you can use OpenShift's authentication to log in. So before, there was no support for route sharding. So for those of you who use OpenShift and you don't know, you can actually do route sharding. So you can have multiple routers, and depending on the application, it can send it to a different router. Our Argo CD didn't know how to handle that, so we added the actual the ability to do route sharding, right? So saying, hey, when your routes match, like everything in Kubernetes, it's a key value pair, right? So for this Argo CD, put it on these labels.
Send it over here.
Right? Send it over here. Done. So, and this is probably my favorite update for OpenShift GitOps. And which is part of the demo I'm going to do, right? So,
okay, cool.
So now the OpenShift GitOps operator will automatically grant permissions depending on the label. So let me explain what used to happen, right? So there was a cluster resource. There's a cluster Argo CD, right, which is OpenShift GitOps, which we talked about a little bit about earlier. And it comes with, like, I think the ability to only read resources but not apply it. So then it was on the operator to, like, not the actual big O operator, but person operator. It was up to the admin, I guess I should say. It was up to the admin to set up those RBAC rules, right? Like, what can Argo CD do? I have an opinion on that, right? Like, if you have Argo CD managing your cluster, it needs cluster admin, but a lot of people don't like that. But it's least what is it, the rule of least permissions
privilege.
Least privilege. So now you can actually, what you can do is you can label your namespace with this is it a label annotation? It's a label. So you can label your namespace with saying, hey, let this Argo CD instance manage me. So then Argo CD will then do, the operator will then put the proper permissions in order for Argo CD to manage that namespace. So you can kind of have this kind of cool situation where you could deploy Argo CD, right, with this least privilege, and then label the namespaces where you want control. So you have so you can say, hey, I installed Argo CD. All right, cool. I want it to manage namespace 1, 2, 3. And then it'll automatically manage those namespaces for you without you having to do anything else. And it won't touch any other namespace. So that's this is cool, especially for if you're doing something like what we call namespace scoped Argo CD, meaning that there's no cluster Argo CD, but there's like an Argo CD for my specific namespace, and I create another namespace, and I want that Argo CD to manage that namespace. I just label it, and I don't have to do anything else. So this is really cool, and I'll show this in a minute. How this works out, because it's actually really, really cool. So some of the things that were fixed, the for Argo CD will get stuck in out of sync status. Oh yeah, so this there's a Jira issue. I don't know if you want to link this, or if you put the link in the chat, people can take a look at that. But got
it. All right,
like if a user created additional instance of Argo CD managed by the default instance, some things will just get out of sync, right? Even though it's synced up, some of the things will end up in out of sync status. So they fix that, right? So some of the known issues, right? So when you delete an instance, right, the managed by label are not removed, right? So basically, when you deploy an Argo CD instance and then you delete it, that label still stays in place to any namespace that it's managed by. So that so you just kind of take a note of that, right? Like if you're deleting if you're deleting an Argo CD instance, you may want to go back to those namespaces and remove that label. But you know that's getting tracked. Hey, we'll lead. There we go. It's late over there by him, or early, depending on how you look at it. Depending how you look at it, it's very, very, very late or extremely early. So it depends whether you're late to bed or early to rise. So this is what I was talking about before. The resource quota has been enabled. So when you upgrade from OpenShift GitOps from version 1.1 to 1.2, some of the applications was getting killed, right?
Ooh,
because yeah. So and then it actually spun up. It would there was a ton of replication controllers that would spin up, because it would spin up and it would get killed. It would spin up and get killed. It would spin up and get killed. Wow. So the transition from 1.1 to 1.2 wasn't 100% clean. So that was a known issue. So which is why we say, one, don't deploy anything in OpenShift GitOps, right? So that's one thing.
Please don't.
And two, always test your upgrades, right? Don't just like automatically upgrade from one version to another for any operator, right? Let's not just always test it. I mean,
make sure you got that dev environment.
Yeah, exactly. Not to say
even
that
even if you're an ops person, right? Like you should have a way to test those.
To test those operator upgrades 100%. And because like in this instance, we made a mistake, right? Like, hey, the resource quota we applied made us not be able to upgrade, right? So like you're just stuck in this weird. There's like many versions and like
state of limbo,
replication controls. Yeah, state of limbo. It's always bad. So so that's kind of the lowdown on the 1.2 release. So let's talk about this this update here, my favorite update, right? So let's go back to managing, right? Managed by. So we'll go to a use case here. So I have an OpenShift cluster, right? All updated here. So I'm going to log in as a non-admin, right? Because this affects non-admins. Come on, here we go.
You can do it, I believe.
Did the cluster get cold? We don't know.
Is the cluster running? Don't know. You better catch it.
You better. Is your cluster running? I don't know. You better catch it. I think it's running. Let's go here.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's there. Let me just reopen it. Sometimes, it doesn't like it.
Oh, so Braided Silver went through the killing experience.
Yeah, that killing thing is it happened to customers too. It was a fun upgrade experience.
Waleed asked, would a single node cluster do for like environment upgrades testing? And I mean,
maybe, yeah. if the single node cluster is big enough, right, to run the
if the cluster is big enough, and then if it's a close enough representation of production, yes. Like you shouldn't have this pristine single node cluster to test and upgrade for it, right? Like you need to have like your Argo pipelines, installing operators or whatever it is that you have in prod, you should have in that single node cluster too. So that's going to be a lot of stuff you have to think about. So yeah. I mean, if you really want to make sure operators don't break your environment kind of thing. But yeah.
Maybe
to test like v1 versus v1.1, it might work. Yeah, that's true. Wally does say close enough to production is becoming impossible with time for on-prem.
Yeah, Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah, there's trade-offs, and you gotta decide on those for sure. 3-node cluster, single node cluster, however you want to test, just test it.
Yeah.
Please, sugar on top.
I thought it was a cookie issue, but I don't think it's not a cookie issue.
Cluster
I don't know
broke?
why. Maybe it is broke. Come on. Well, I mean, I wanted to show the UI, but now my cluster's running fine, which is weird because
so it's not a CSV thing, is it?
Yeah, look at that.
That's weird.
Let's open up Chrome and see if it works in Chrome. Sometimes it'll work in Chrome. Wait, where's the? Is that it? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm working on another window here.
So Braided Silver says, I think to test if you are at risk for bugs from the upgrade impacting your workloads, you should be able to verify that by replicating on a single node cluster. I'll tell you if you'll it'll tell you if you'll hit the bug, but you won't see a realistic replication of what would happen in production if it happened. Yeah, like you won't know the impact. You will just know thing happened with operator. And
things
not necessarily the after effect. That's a very good point.
So it actually works on Chrome. So I'll just bring that over here.
Okay.
All right. So here I am developer, right? As you see here, make this a little bigger.
Thank you.
Developer. So I'm not an admin, right? So here, I'm going to go over like how to create a namespace scoped Argo CD. So for this here, I actually have Git operator. This is the admin view, operators, right? I have the OpenShift GitOps Operator installed, right? So it installs all the CRDs. So that's just, I did that as an admin, but now as a developer, I'm able to create my own Argo CD instance that manages my own namespace.
Right.
So let me copy login command here. I won't do a Sully. This is a temporary and show my key to the world.
That's kind of funny.
That is funny. If you guys can watch that episode, it's great. I don't care about this token because this cluster is short-lived. This is why I do temporary clusters. Like
same, everything gets blown away after my demos nowadays.
Yeah. All right, cool. So if I do OC, who am I? I'm developer, right? OC get projects. No resource found, right? So in the UI, you can create a project here. Let's call this what is this, demo or test? Actually, let's see. Give me a good name, Chris. Here.
GitOps Wonder Test.
Wonder Test. All right.
I don't know.
What Wonder Test? I like Wonder Test. All right. Let's create that. So once I create that, I can deploy my own version of Argo CD for my namespace here. I think you can do it. The best way I found of doing it is actually
plus.
Yeah, the little plus button and importing the YAML. So let's maybe do a cat of Argo CD of this YAML, right? Right. So some of the things I probably should take out move this to Wonder test. There we go. Some of the things, application set, right? I'm going to deploy application set. Some of the things I don't really care about is Grafana, right? Or anything like that.
HA, no.
HA I don't care about. So, but some of the things here, resource customizations. Yeah. So I'll probably do an entire episode of just resource customizations.
Oh, okay, cool.
And this here, like if I am going to do sealed secrets, there's a bug with sealed secrets about the sealed secret operator doesn't return a proper health check like every resource, right? I think it returns like an empty string or something. So I kind of just say, hey, if there's an empty string, that means it's good. Basically ignoring the health. Right. And then routes for OpenShift, since I like to keep my routes agnostic, meaning that I keep my host field empty.
Okay.
And let the route create the route. So instead of it not being out of sync, I'll just say, hey, just ignore this difference, right? Like basically don't track this. Right. Ignore differences is great, right? For things like operators where like it has its own controller doing things that it auto fills, right?
Right.
So and then the health checks are also great. I'll do an entire episode about resource customization. This is a great topic.
Cool.
Do things like resource exclusion, right? So kind of just, this is kind of like a standard Argo CD deployment. How do I
create down at the bottom?
Yeah. No, actually, I think there's, I'm trying to find the Argo CD operator. One thing that you guys can help us out with 100% is, here we go. Here, I'll put this in the chat for you, Chris.
Cool.
Is documentation.
Ooh, yeah. Always need help with documentation, folks. Like it doesn't matter what the project is.
What the project is.
Need help.
Wait, you're sharing your screen is paused. I don't want to pause.
What? What is that about?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. I don't know if it's doing anything though.
All right, I'm going to close a tab. Can you see that?
No.
No. Okay. How do I unpause it?
It says you're sharing. Start and stop again. Turn it off. Turn it back on.
There we go. Is that better?
No.
Whoa. I just figured out. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. How's that?
Great.
All right. I was looking through the settings and I'm like, where is it? And like, there's a big button that says resume. Wow. I missed the big button. All right.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Someone sent me an email and they had like red text and like that was an action item. And I didn't I completely glossed over it because I thought it was like part of an image or something. I was like,
I was like,
okay, completely missed that one. Sorry.
Completely missed the big button. So I put that in the chat, Chris, so you can share. But that is the
apparently it didn't want to go to Restream, so let me put it over there.
Yeah. So by the way, people always ask, well, how do you get this configuration? It's like, you know what, you're completely right. Some of our documentation is lacking, especially with Argo CD. So if you are a really good technical writer and want to contribute to open source, you are golden. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of very welcome. So I could create.
If you are a technical writer that wants to contribute to open source, I have an endless amount of work that you could do.
That's right. I have an endless amount of work. There's
countless projects that need help that I know of.
Yeah, so, exactly. So, here let's go to. I've rarely in the developer. Let's go to deployments. Come on. Did I spell that right?
You're in Wonder Test.
Yes, I'm in Wonder Test.
Okay. Deployments.
There it is.
Okay.
All right. So then
see, but it says deployments plurally. I see why you typed that. Yeah.
Okay, it's deployment. Okay. Yeah. And then so this here, it deploys an application that's Argo CD, right? So if I go OC get pods, oh wait, I'm not OC project. What is it? Wonder test. There we go. That's running. If I say OC get Argo CD, right? I can list my Argo CD instance, which is hello GitOps, right? And I do OC get get pods. No, sorry, get secrets. And then the secret here is, I think it's this one. So OC get secrets. This guy. Yeah. So so here usually you have to base 64 decode it. Not if you're using OC, right? So this is pretty cool. If you do OC extract.
Oh yeah.
Secret. Hello GitOps cluster. And then I think it's --2. A dash, right? There it is.
There you go.
So there you go. This will do that base 64 decoding for you, so which I think is pretty cool.
Fancy.
Where's fancy? If I do OC get routes, wonder test. Gotta love wonder test.
You needed something.
I needed something.
2 words came to mind.
Well, we used to do back if for those of you been watching Red Hat streaming, which it used to be called OpenShift TV.
Mm-hmm.
When we first started, right, we started doing like Star Wars character, but like you run out of names so quick, right? Like by the 3rd stream, you run out of names. All right, so this is Argo CD that is to my specific namespace. So if I go, let's try to deploy something here. Let's do something simple.
Does the Argo community use tags like first time issue, help verify technical details, things like that?
It should, yeah, like a good first issue, right?
Yeah,
I think it's one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the blue deployment. Yeah, if they don't, they should.
Yeah.
So let's deploy here. So new application. Oh wait. So I have. So this is like one of the things that I do, and I think it's good good practice, right? I keep, if I do OC get pods,
mm-hmm.
I keep my GitOps controller and where I'm deploying to in different namespaces. And so yeah. So if I do an OC new, oh no, it's not new. It's a new project. Let me clear this. OC new project. They'll call this
Humpty Squat.
Squat.
I don't know.
Let's just do squat.
Okay.
All right. So now we have this application here. Do I do a namespace on this here? Hold on. Route. No. Overlays. Not the overlays.
I like it when you go to your notes.
Yeah, and then let's pin this here.
There you go.
Makes it easier to navigate. So I do have a namespace. I don't want namespace. So what I changed this earlier. Is it this one? This one has a namespace. So, by the way, this is the reason why you never put the namespace in the YAML manifest, right? You always put it in the customize controller, because now you get a situation like me where I can't find something that has no namespace in it. I thought I put this here. Hold on, overlays, base. I did put namespace. Okay. All right, screw it.
Do you want to do a find? I can show you all a trick real quick.
No, find space dot name.
No, seriously, you can do it. You hit period on your keyboard.
Oh, dot like this, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you should.
So this will set up a web editor.
Yeah,
you can
VS
use
Code.
the find function.
What is that? Control F.
Well, it's the looking glass over there on your screen, but yeah.
Yeah, where is it?
Left-hand side, second one down.
Oh, this guy. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay.
See? Look, you can search the whole repo there.
Oh, everything has a namespace.
I didn't say it was going to be easy.
I didn't say it was going to be easy.
I'm just saying, hey, this will help.
Actually, let's do this. So I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone here.
All right, here we go.
Let's go back here. All right, so I have this repo here. This is a private repo.
Okay.
Meaning you can't see it. And I think this one I do not put. Oh, I did put namespace. BGD blue. All right, let's go back here. I'm gonna say screw it. All right, OC delete project. Sorry, Chris, we're not gonna use that. We're not gonna use squat. We're gonna use BGD next time, Chris. All right. So project BGD, right? So then let's deploy. We're gonna deploy the blue guy. Cool. So let's take this. All right. So now we create a new app. I'm gonna call this BGD.
Blue, BGD. Yeah. Okay.
Blue project default. Let's do manual. Whatever that means. Repository URL, this guy. And then the path is kind of easy. Here we go.
Blue, BGD, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Okay, blue, right? Cluster, this guy, and namespace BGD, right? Which is created. So I created this namespace. I own this Argo CD instance and its namespace. I own the BGD namespace as well. But when I click create, come on. You can do it. Oh, project.
Oh, that helps.
Right. It'll be create. Status is, I get an error, right? Because I can't manage that namespace. Right. From my namespace here. Right. So the new version of GitOps, I can label my namespace with the managed by.
Managed by. Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so where source namespace is a namespace with the Argo CD instances deployed. So I can do something like OC edit namespace of BGD, right? And then we put is a label right now, annotation label. It's label, always there should be. But I don't think we have a consensus of like when something's a label versus when something's a what's the annotation? Name of that project? Yeah, OC get.
Where'd you put Argo?
I put it in Wonder Test. That's right.
Wonder Test. Oh, jeez, well, I already forgot the name.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh God,
where did he better names?
It's like, oh, he didn't put it in OpenShift.
Yeah, so Wonder name. So I say Argo CD managed by Wonder. So I'm saying my namespace is managed by this Argo CD instance here.
Yeah. That's so once making the association here.
Cannot pass. Namespace BGT.
Oh.
Do it again. Wait, did I? Oh, I think I need to do that as.
You have to do it as a namespace owner.
Oh, I can't. OC.
User project. Developer cannot list namespaces in API group.
See, OC edit project. I think I can do it that way. I think this is the OpenShift way of doing it. Either that, or I could just do it as admin. What's that guy? There we go.
Space. There you go.
Please edit the project. Field is immutable. What?
Try updating the namespace.
Oh, okay. So it actually wants me to do it. Yeah. In my face. Okay.
But you just did this.
Yeah.
Wonder test.
I think I may have to do this as an admin.
I was about. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What I can do is I can do OC. Would OC delete? Wait, that won't work.
No, because you can't. If you can't edit it, you can't muck with it at
all.
Well,
I wonder as a regular user, can I create a namespace?
If you
should. Let's see. Let's try it. Right.
Think. We'll create a new one.
Oh, yeah, I think I have to go through the project. OC.
No, deleted. Deleted. It says deleted.
Can I do? See what I hate. Right. Okay, so let's do this. OC. Create namespace. Dry run equals client. -o YAML BGD. bgd.yaml. So I created the YAML,
Okay.
right? And then it's metadata labels, right?
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll try it. Wonder tests. All right, let's see if this works. OC create -f. Create.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, no, you. That's weird. What did you do something weird to the?
Yeah, I
there?
think I broke it, but let's see. I'm gonna do it as.
I'm pretty sure I broke this. Yeah. So y'all love it. Christian breaking stuff. Oh, me dropping stuff.
There we go. OC get. Oh wait. OC. So this is another. This is an admin command, by the way. Here, what I'm gonna do. So I'd OC create. OC ADM new project, and then you can do admin equals developer, and then BGD, and I should be able to see OC project BGD. Yeah, I'm already on project BGD. OC project. I'm already there. OC get pods. There's no pods there. Okay. OC, and I'll apply. Okay, cool. So now if I do OC get project bgd -o YAML, I should see. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. Now I added the label. I don't know what I did wrong.
I got nothing. I don't.
When I look back, I'll see that's what I did, and then I'll mention in the next stream. So tune in for the next stream.
Yeah.
So that label's there, right? And then now I would have to refresh.
Oh,
come on.
You can do it. Oh,
so come on. That. Come on.
Sync error. Still the same.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
You can. There it is.
It's doing something.
Something's going on.
How do I terminate? Okay, so it's already managed by.
Hit refresh again.
Oops. Yeah, sometimes this takes a little while to.
If you do Control-Shift-R, maybe something's in your cache on your browser.
Oh, maybe yeah. Let's do something. Okay. Let's take a look at my other configuration. Because I do have this working here. This is my CICD demo, which I'll go over in another stream. But this is managed by. Okay, so I do have that label. Managed by. Then I have do I do anything else? Oh, these are the applications, so it would have to be under my tenants. Argo CD. Oh, yeah, I think I missed something. Hold on.
Ooh, okay. Dude.
Yeah, I needed to create a cluster role. Yeah. All right. Although I thought that should have been created automatically. Let's go OC. Oh wait, I have to go. Now I'm an admin. OC get cluster role binding. Cluster role binding. And then grep Argo. OpenShift operator controller. Okay.
Sure.
So that's that controller. What do we call it? Wonder
test.
Yeah. So
no.
did we find a bug? So what does this work? I do this declaratively and it works, but like when I do it manually, it doesn't. Interesting.
Well,
Wonder
if you
test.
declare it, of course it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I have interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's by design or not.
Yeah, so let's just copy this, right, for the sake of demo.
Yeah.
That should have worked, but I will I'll check with the engineers. They love hearing from me. Are back.
So I was doing this thing live once.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. We don't need this annotations. We'll call this wonder. Right,
this is going to be your prefix for everything now.
Yeah, Argo CD. We don't need this annotations. Wonder. And okay, so this is the part I need to know. OC get service account. Oops. Oh, C project. Wonder test. And I am looking for Argo CD application controller. This guy here. So I was doing this thing live once. Oops, OC get, no wait, I already know what it is. It's Wonder test.
Yes.
Okay, so cluster role binding, OC apply. Let's see if this makes it work.
Grady creative. Okay.
Okay.
Here goes nothing.
There goes nothing. All right. Hard refresh. Okay. Let's try to sync it.
Syncer. Dagnabbit.
Yeah. What it's. This is the problem.
See, this is the problem with having end of day shows. Nothing goes right this week.
Nothing goes
Nothing
right.
is going right this week on our end of day shows. So
this
funny.
is right. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, because it's weird because it does work, quote unquote. I wonder what I did wrong. Because
now it's just a matter of like figuring out.
Yeah, the steps I did
apply.
One of the things about GitOps is like you do it once and you forget about it because it's in a repo. Because I do have a working demo here. So tenants, so Argo CD, so rollback. So I did the RBAC. Right. Oh no, this is for something else.
Oh boy.
RBAC. There we go. This
so on the next episode of GitOps Guide to the Galaxy.
So I did that. Okay. Yes. Yeah. On the next episode. Well, next episode we're talking about this directory structure that I created. We'll talk about directory structures, but see the production. Yeah, it's a managed by. So I got that.
We can't go long. It doesn't matter, man.
Tenants. Maybe I should just deploy this demo so I can just show you.
Yeah. Maybe it's Wonder Test. That's what's doing it.
Yeah, we picked the wrong name. We picked Wonder Test.
There's something hard coded in OpenShift that says Wonder is for the only or something.
Yeah, exactly. When you
who knows?
I have a funny story about that. We used to I'm running Solaris back in we would collect and delete core dump files. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Totally normal thing to have to do.
Yeah. So, so we hired like this developer team to develop like some point of sale thing.
Okay.
And they have like folders in their application, right? Like, so they did a Git clone, and one of their folders for their application is called the core, right?
I see nothing good coming of this.
So like the website went down. I was like, well, why did the website hit? Goes, why does this directory keep getting deleted? I was like, oh, because we collect, we collect things that start with core, right? So like if you do like core dash something, Anyway, so that's
Oh my God.
so by the way, so you're joking about the wonder test. So like crazy things have happened, right?
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Did a role binding. Oh, this is interesting.
I got nothing, man. I mean, you did RBAC.
I did RBAC
twice now, at least. So the namespace you did R did.
Yeah, but like now I'm just doing what the operator should be doing, right? RBAC 2, because then now what I'm doing is I'm just giving admin access to that namespace, right?
Yeah. So the user.
Yeah, but like I'm already admin
so
on
welcome
this user,
dev.
Right?
That's what you have in here.
Yeah.
Wonder test.
Yeah. No, it should be BGD, right? In this case.
Yeah, BGD. That's right. Sorry.
We don't need this annotations, right? Right, but I'm already admin, so like this will. I mean, I'm just doing this just because I'm just trying everything, right?
Yeah.
Right, like this. I named it wrong, but I mean,
welcome dev. Yeah, sure.
But I'm already admin on there, so like this, that shouldn't.
We can look at the operator logs and see why it's not.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to admin. OC get OC project OpenShift GitOps. Let's do OC get pods. OC logs of the application controller. This gives me nothing. Just do less.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. Custom resource definition. Ignore status. Yeah, just kind of this allocation. Just kind of go go level things here.
Garbage collection. That's what it looks like.
Garbage collection sort of thing. Yeah. Nothing of value. Let's try this guy. I forget which GitOps. Maybe it's GitOps server. I forget which one they log this under. Listening on 8080. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll try maybe it's the repo server. The repo server. I should do another episode of what each one of these components does.
That would be cool. Yeah.
So yeah, this is just
same thing.
Yeah, same thing. And then the repo server
GitOps server.
That's the one I just did.
Yeah.
Right?
That was the
garbage. And then the repo server is actually the controller that communicates with the Git repo.
Right.
Maybe there's something there.
Oh, there could be something broken and off there. Maybe. I don't know. If it's private. You said it was private, right?
No.
Okay.
Not this one.
What does this say? Permission one.
Yeah, nothing standing out, and it's just regular. It's as if it did nothing, which is what we're experiencing.
Right.
that it didn't do what it said it was going to do. So that's strange. Okay, cool. Well, at least we have a recorded, and I could just tell the engineers, oh hey,
by the
way, this happened. Tell me why. Yeah.
That whole thing.
So all right. So we will so I'll move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Which isn't which I'm not going to use this one. I'm actually going to go back to the admin, OC get routes, and then use my repo server. There we go. This is my my Argo CD, my cluster Argo CD server. So let's go to OC get secrets. This should be relatively quick. OC
take your time.
Secret of my cluster to if I can spell.
2 equals dash. You can
There
do
we
this.
go. I can do this. The last stream of the week, man. It's always.
That's a good point. It is the last
is
stream of the week.
There we go. All right. So this
All
is
right.
let me close this and close this crash and burn stuff. So I have this private repo.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like if you want to do, Chris, if you want to verify this for me, you can send that to everyone. You should get a 404. Right. Yeah. Like here, right. I'm not logged in here. I get the, this is not the repo you're looking for. Sort of thing.
It is, I promise.
Yeah. But it is there because it's private. Right. And so
Right.
I have a private repo, and there's a few ways to do this. One is when you set up your configurations. So here, if you go to your settings and you go to repositories, there's 2 ways you can do this, right? So you can connect using HTTPS, right? And just give the URL and give your username and password, and that'll work, right? It even works for private, meaning like hosted GitHub, right? If you have like a hosted GitHub server, you just put in your TLS secret there and it'll use that. This won't work for me because I have 2-factor authentication, so that won't work for me.
Yeah, no.
So I have to do using SSH, right? And so,
okay.
So if I do SSH here, I just put that. By the way, .git actually matters if you're using GitLab, right?
Yes.
So there's
it's
actually
amazing when it doesn't and does.
Yeah. So so in GitLab, you have to put the .git because it does a 302, and Argo CD doesn't handle those. Like it'll say can access repo.
Right.
So when in doubt, put the .git. Oops, it's in the wrong place. It's right here, repository URL, and I'll do this here, private BGD. And this here, I absolutely will not do a Sully. I'll do this off screen.
Thank you.
Because this is my private your private SSH key. So the one that you're not supposed to show anyone. And this here I will cry if it gets out. So
oh yeah.
Like
you know why I don't share my screen too often, right?
Yeah. All right, there we go. So once you add, the Git repo, and you do a, did I clear my screen here? Yes, I did. Okay, I could put this back up here. It'll have successful, right? So when you see this, that means it's successfully connected.
Cool.
It's, so then you can actually go here and,
new app,
private BGD, default sync policy manual, right? Repository, and then let's deploy the blue. Actually, let's do BGD blue.
Okay.
Right in the cluster, right in Namespace, BGD, right, and you create it. I should say out of sync pretty soon, right? And when I sync it, it'll actually go and sync that.
Nice.
Right. Look at that. It's syncing. It's in progress, right? So you can do it with SSH in your private repo, right?
Cool.
If you don't want to do it with SSH, but you also don't want to do it with username and password, you can actually do it with tokens. So the way that looks here is, let's go back to the repo in this repositories. Let's actually delete this. Right, yeah, delete it. And then if I refresh here, it'll go unknown state, right? Because I can't, I can't, it doesn't let me connect to that repo.
Yeah.
There's no connection to that repo. So
it gets a 404 just like the rest of us.
Just like the rest of us, yeah, exactly. So here, another way of doing this, if you go into your settings and you go into, where is it?
They move it, I feel like. Manage access, second one down.
Manage access. And then
don't show your password.
Yeah, show the password. No, it's actually, I think it's actually in my settings over here.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
Developer settings.
Yeah.
And tokens, right?
Yep.
So here again, off screen, I'm going to generate a token.
Thank you.
Actually,
well, you could have.
this,
I mean, you could do it on
this,
screen and burn it. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, true. Yeah, true. Let's do this. Let's call this Argo. Which I think this is pretty cool.
Sorry.
You can actually set expiration dates now on your tokens in GitHub. Before they used to be forever.
Handy. Yeah, no, and like you would.
Yeah.
Anyways, you would forget that you had this token.
Yeah, you have them. Yeah.
And
all of a sudden, stuff
can still do stuff in your repo.
Exactly. And give it permission. So I can probably use someone will tag me later, hit me up on Twitter or email or whatever. Whatever the least restrictive is. I haven't found it yet. I just basically do I just do the full control of private repositories because I haven't found a combination that works yet. But if you can get like a read only or a clone only setting, just let me know, right? And then I'll generate token here off screen. Okay, we'll copy that. My copy buffer, copy. Okay. And then cool. So now I have a token here.
Awesome.
And then here you can do same thing, right? So go to repositories,
create
HTTPS, right? So you just do an HTTP username. You can put whatever username you want as long as it's not clear. So it's expecting anything not empty string. So you can do like not used, right? You can do whatever you want, right? You can, foo. You can do barf, right? Oh, it's yogurt, whatever, right?
Yeah. Spaceballs the mask.
Yeah, this is not. Actually, I won't mess around. I'll just put not used, right? And the password is your token, right? So just put your token as the password. And then for the repo, how do I go back?
Back.
I'm going to burn the token anyway, so it doesn't matter. This token will not exist. All right, so you can just put in this repository URL and then connect. And unable to the repository authentication required. Well, I already did that.
Wait.
Did I put the right token in?
Unable to connect to HTTP repository. Do you need the doc yet?
Oh, maybe.
Or do you need your username in there?
No, I did this as not used last time.
Huh. Okay.
Let's go to the docs because I actually Argo CD. Because the docs connect repo using HTTPS, enter credentials. Access token. Okay, because username you might access token following instructions to get GitHub. Then connect repository using any non-empty string as username and access token value as the password. Unless I am, hold on, let me look at my copy buffer.
Ooh.
Oh, crap. Okay. I messed up the token.
Well, make a new one.
Yeah. Let me recreate this token. Doing it off. You can't see. Hopefully. Someone will tell me if they can.
No one can see it. Thankfully.
I understand. I delete this token. Generate new token. New token. Full access. Generate. Oh, I had a space when I copied that.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it. All right, let's go back. All right, let's see here. Let's see if connect. Come on, there we go.
There we go.
So that was the issue. I had a space in my when I copied the token.
Always something.
Always is something. So here it is actually using. So you do a non-empty string for username, as it says in the docs, and your token as the password. And I think this is probably what most people will want to do. I like using SSH, but for some reason, some organizations don't allow that. Not sure why. whatever.
Okay.
But you can use your token. So here, see when I do refresh, should this work? Oh, actually, this might not work.
What's the error?
The error is probably it's looking for a repo that doesn't exist. Yeah, it still thinks it's using SSH. So let's create a new app. BGD green.
Yeah, there you go.
Manual, whatever manual is. Green. And then cluster URL, namespace. I think it's BGD. Green.
Hang on tight.
There we go. So it's out of sync. That means I can connect to the repo. There it goes. Right. So
Objects. Yay.
Objects. Yay. So that's a way to connect to your private repos is one through SSH, right? Through the adding the private key, username and password, right? So you can upload that. If you don't want to upload your username and password, you can use a token. You just use the same mechanism as a username and password. You will put non-empty string as username and the password. You just put the token in, making sure you don't copy the space when you copy your token. That's an important thing. Don't do what I did, but
minor detail.
But I fail because so that way you guys don't fail. Right. So
there you go.
You can use me as an example of don't fail. So that's it, right? I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right?
No, that's not bad. I'll take it.
we got 2 out of 3 demos done. And
if you were in baseball, you'd be doing amazing right now.
That's right. I'm batting 750s, or what would that be? 600 is not bad, right?
600, 660,
yeah, 600,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
667, yeah.
667 or whatever it is. That's
yeah, that's like
I'd be in the majors.
Major leagues.
Yeah. I'd be major league, yeah.
Next level major league playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it. And we hope that you appreciated this series of demonstrations. As always, catch up with us by subscribing to the streaming calendar. You can always talk to us on Discord if you're got a question or anything. Feel free to ping me, short@redhat.com, and I can get an answer for you. And I'm also on Twitter @ChrisShort.
Yep, I'm Christian H814 on Twitter, or Christian@redhat.com. Right, I actually got that email.
Wow, good for you.
Christian@redhat.com. I will, which probably makes me like stay here forever, right? Because
now you're stuck. Yeah.
Now I'm stuck because I got the cool email. I got my first name. So
I never want to give this up.
Yeah, I never want to give this up. So go ahead, hit us up. Discord is probably the best place. Catch us on there. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, awesome. Stay safe out there, folks. Thank you.
Yep. Cheers.